Hi everybody, we're going to talk about subtracting integers using counters. And this goes along with lesson 1.3. There's more than one way to go ahead and subtract integers, but today we're going to focus on simply subtracting through modeling using the counters. The vocabulary word that you need to be most familiar with are zero pairs. So a zero pair is a pair of numbers when adding together they equal 0. You also need to understand that a plus sign is going to represent positive 1. And typically these are either white or yellow. And a negative sign is typically indicated with a red chip. So negative is negative 1. If we were to look at the first example, it says -5 and I want to take away 3 negatives. So I simply model that I have 5 negatives. In the next model, I go ahead and I model that I have 5 negatives, but I take away 3 of them because this problem is saying I have -5 and I want to take away 3 negatives. So I simply take away 3 negatives for an answer of -2. In example 5, it's saying that I have 5 positives and I want to take away 3 positives. So I model that I have 5 positives. I then complete the operation by saying that I have 5 positives, and I'm going to take away 3 of them for an answer of +2. So the first part I'm doing is I'm literally modeling it, and then I'm performing the subtraction problem, the actual part that I'm trying to work through. In these two examples, I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to model that I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This problem is telling me to take away 4 negatives from 7 positives. As you notice here, I don't have 4 negatives to go ahead and take away from my 7 positives. So where I'm completing this modeling part, I need to figure out where I'm going to get 4 negatives that it doesn't change the value. So this is where I'm going to add 0 pairs. I'm going to add enough 0 pairs so that it doesn't change the value of 7, but it allows me to have 4 negatives that I can take away. So I'm going to add 4 0 pairs. If I were to cancel them out, I still have 7. But with adding the 4 0 pairs, I now have a value of 7 with 4 negatives. So I have 7, and I'm going to take away the 4 negatives for an answer of +11. These problems are different because here I had enough negatives to take away 3. Here I had enough positives to take away 3. Here I had positives and I needed negatives to take away that I didn't have. So I added 0 pairs to not change the value but allow me to have negatives to take away. The last example is the same way. I'm going to have 4 negatives. The problem's telling me to take away 5 positives that I do not have. So what I need to end up doing is, in addition to my 4 negatives, I need to add 5 0 pairs so there are negatives to take away. This does not change the value of having 4 negatives. The 5 0 pairs I added now indicate that I have the 5 positives to take away. So I take away my 5 positives, and I'm left with 9 negatives. This creates a problem, or at least more difficulty, when I'm being asked to take away something that I don't have, or more than I have. So I've indicated the model in the first, and then in the second one I could either perform the operation or add 0 pairs and then perform the operation. Let's review how to take some notes. Everything I've written down, you've written down in your green spiral. If you've gone ahead and watched the video and then take notes, that's fine. If you've taken notes and then go back and watch the video, that's also fine. Or you can use the pause play method, where you're pausing, copying, hitting play and listening. Pausing, copying, hitting play and listening. So hopefully you guys have a good day.